Hey, you ever feel like you're ready to, call the shots, like you want to build something for yourself but aren't quite sure how to jump in? I mean, you've thought about being your own boss. Does that sound like you?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
It's a feeling a lot of people have, that pull towards being independent, creating something meaningful. It's really strong.
Totally. Well, today on our deep dive, we're looking at one way you could maybe make that happen: owning a Wisper franchise. Now, what does Wisper actually do? Think of it this way: they help those local businesses, your friendly gardener, the builder down the street, maybe the plumber, get more of the right
The
customers.
ones who are actually ready to pay for the work.
Exactly, the ones ready to go. And
Yeah.
this helps those businesses grow and, well, do better.
And here's the key part, I think. As the person who owns the franchise, you're the one who makes that connection happen. Right there in your own town.
Yeah.
You're helping them find those customers.
That's it. You're the connector. We've been checking out info straight from Wisper Franchise about what they offer, and our goal for this deep dive is pretty simple: to really figure out why owning a Wisper franchise could be a super good chance for you.
Makes sense.
Okay, so let's break it down. What's so special about how Wisper helps these local businesses find customers? What's their, secret sauce?
Well, what's really interesting, I think, is that Whisper doesn't just send a whole bunch of random people their way and cross their fingers. They're much more focused.
Right.
They try to find customers who are actually looking for those services, have the budget, and need the work done relatively soon.
Ah, so qualified leads, basic.
Exactly. It means the local businesses don't waste time talking to people who aren't really serious, and, well, they get better results, more bang for their buck.
That makes a lot more sense than just putting up a general ad and hoping. So how would you, as a franchise owner, actually work with these businesses? Are there different ways?
Yeah, Whisper gives you three main ways you can work with your clients: done for you, done with you, or managed service. Think of it like how much you want to be involved.
Right.
Done for you means you take the lead on a lot of the stuff. Done with you means you work together more closely. And managed service is where you're really overseeing their efforts to get customers.
And you get to choose.
That's the great thing. You get to pick how much you work and what your earning potential looks like based on that.
Having that kind of control sounds really good. Can you give us an easy example? Like, how does this turn into actual money for the franchisee?
Sure. Let's say you find some leads for a local gardener through Whisper System. Maybe it costs about £50 to get those leads.
Okay.
But because of how Whisper helps you present the gardener's services, make them look good, those leads could turn into, say, a £5,000 landscaping job. And if your commission is, let's say, 10%, then that one job makes you £500. The info we saw suggests that helping your clients potentially get £2,000 in commissions every day is possible, and you get a piece of that action.
Okay, when you put it like that, it really clicks. And what about the area? Where would I actually be working?
Right. So when you own a Whisper franchise, you get what they call an exclusive territory,
Exclusive, meaning.
meaning you're the only one who can offer Whisper's services to those local businesses in your specific defined area. You get to build relationships and help businesses right there in your own community.
That feeling of owning your patch sounds really appealing. And the information also mentions something about getting paid regularly, recurring income.
Yes, that's a huge plus.
Yeah.
Once you help a local business get more of the right customers and they see it's working, they're likely going to need your help again and again.
Because good customers are always needed.
Exactly. Happy clients often stick around, which means you get a more steady, more predictable income. This recurring revenue model, it makes things less risky than always having to hunt for brand new customers.
Okay, so we have a good picture of what the franchise is all about. But let's shift gears a bit. Why would a Whisper franchise be a really great job for you, the person listening right now?
Yeah, good question. There are actually a lot of solid reasons. First off, it's a business plan that already works. Whisper has figured out a system, one that makes money and genuinely helps businesses grow. You don't have to invent everything from scratch and just guess what to do.
Having a proven system definitely takes some of the fear out of it, I bet. What about the money side, the earning potential?
The chance to earn good money is definitely there. They give you a pretty clear idea of how much you could potentially make, and because you've got your own territory, you can really grow the business over time within that area.
And they don't just throw you in the deep end, right? There's help.
Not at all. Big point here. They give you training and support. They guide you through everything right from the start. And then there's ongoing help, too. You're definitely not left all alone to figure it out.
And that regular income we talked about, that ties into feeling more secure, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because you can get repeat business from happy clients, it means less risk compared to, say, a business that constantly needs a flood of new one-off customers. It smooths things out.
I also saw something about helping your community. Does that really factor in?
Yeah, and for a lot of people, that's really rewarding. When you help local businesses succeed and grow, you're not just building your own income, you're actually helping your local economy, maybe even helping those businesses create more jobs right there where you live.
That's a nice feeling. And the work-life balance thing, being able to work from home, that's huge for many people.
It really is. The fact that you can work from home gives you a ton of flexibility. It can help you balance your work and personal life much better. More control of your schedule, your commute, or lack thereof.
Yeah, no commute sounds good. It also sounds like you really get to be in charge in your local area.
You do. You get to control your market, essentially.
Yeah.
Build your presence in your own local area using the systems and the brand recognition that Whisper already provides.
And the information even suggested you could start making money relatively quickly. Is that realistic?
Well, because of how Whisper is set up with finding the leads for you, the training, the support, it can help you start earning income faster. Faster, certainly, than if you were trying to build a completely new business concept all by yourself from zero.
And it's not just about the money, is it? Is the work itself enjoyable?
The feedback suggests it is. The work can be genuinely fun and make you feel good. Seeing directly how you help other local businesses succeed, watching them grow because of your input, that can be really satisfying.
And what about limits? Is there a ceiling on what you can earn?
That's another attractive part. There's no cap on your income with a Wisper franchise. Your earning potential really depends on your effort, how well you work the system, and how much your client base grows. Sky's the limit, theoretically.
And those profit margins sounded pretty healthy too.
They did. The potential for high profit margins, maybe even over 50%, according to the info, makes this a really attractive financial opportunity. You keep a good chunk of the revenue you generate.
Okay, so we know why it could be a great setup, but let's talk brass tacks. What exactly do you get when you invest? The figure mentioned was around £16,500 total for the first year. What does that £16,500 actually buy you?
Right. That investment, which includes the main franchise fee plus some working capital to get you going, it gets you quite a lot. First, obviously, you get the franchise license and your own exclusive territory.
So that's your protected patch to work in. Nobody else from Wisper can operate there.
Exactly. You also get complete onboarding, full training, and hands-on help getting your business launched. They don't just send you a manual and wish you luck. It's proper support.
That sounds crucial. What about the actual tools you need day to day?
Yep. You get to use the Whisper brand name and their online platform. That gives you instant credibility and access to their tech. This includes their customer management system, a CRM plus marketing tools, and access to a support help desk if you run into issues.
And finding customers for your clients. That's a big part of it. Do they help with that?
Yes, massively. Whisper handles national advertising and actually sends you pre-qualified leads. The material even says as many as needed. This is huge because it takes a lot of the pressure off you having to find those initial prospects to talk to.
Wow, okay, that sounds like a major benefit. And does the support just stop once you're up and running?
No, definitely not. You also get ongoing coaching and support plus access to a network of other franchisees. So you can learn from people who are already doing it, share tips, ask questions. It's a community.
So thinking about who succeeds with this, what kind of person makes a good Wisper franchisee? Could it be you listening right now? What are they looking for?
The information points to some key traits. Successful Whisper franchisees tend to be friendly people who genuinely like being involved in their local community.
Makes sense. Being good with people seems like it would be pretty important.
Absolutely. They're also usually good communicators, good at talking to people, explaining how Whisper can help these local businesses, building that rapport.
And you probably need to be able to get yourself going each day, right?
Yeah, being a self-starter is important. You need to be self-motivated and able to manage your own time and get things done. They should also be genuinely excited about building a local business, but with the power of a strong brand behind them.
And the really important thing you mentioned before, you don't actually need to know how to build a wall or fix a leak yourself.
That's a super important point to stress. You do not need to be a builder, a gardener, a plumber, or any kind of tradesperson yourself. Not at all. Your role is much more about the business side, sales, marketing, client management, using the Whisper system to connect businesses with customers.
Okay, good. That clears that up. Let's dig a little deeper now into how the actual Whisper system works day to day. The info mentions something called an ascending transaction model. Bit of a mouthful. What's the simple way to understand that?
Yeah, it sounds more complicated than it is. Basically, think of it like a journey you take your clients on. There are 3 levels of service: Whisper 1, 2, and 3. It's designed to start simple and then offer more help, more value, as the business grows and sees results.
Okay, like steps on a ladder. Let's start with Whisper 1. What's the main goal there?
Whisper One is all about helping businesses look professional online and getting those initial high-quality leads coming in.
How do they do that?
Well, it means supplying the business with as many good leads as they need, often from places like Google and Facebook searches. And importantly, these leads are contacted really quickly by Whisper systems and checked to make sure they're genuine.
So it's not just handing over a cold list of names and numbers.
Exactly. There are also things like automatic follow-up emails sent to these potential customers. This helps build trust and showcases what the trades business offers even before the tradesperson speaks to them. The goal is to create that know, like, and trust factor early on.
Makes sense. What else is in Whisper 1?
Whisper also helps by creating a professional-looking website for the business. This boosts their reputation and acts as another way to capture leads. They mentioned using AI, artificial intelligence, to help build these sites quickly and effectively.
Oh, interesting. Using tech to speed things up. And it helps them online generally.
Yes, absolutely. Whisper One also involves helping them improve their presence on Google and Facebook and manage their online reviews. And a key point for Whisper One is often the payment model. The business only pays when a customer actually places an order that came from a Whisper lead.
Ah, okay. So it feels really low risk for the business to give it a try. What happens next at Whisper 2?
Whisper 2 is where you help the business step things up and act professional. The goal here is to help them win bigger, more profitable jobs.
How do you help them do that?
A big part is turning their basic quotes into really slick, professional-looking proposals. These often include things like digital pictures and designs. Again, they use AI tools to help create these impressive proposals quickly. It saves you, the franchisee, time, and makes sure your clients look top-notch, even if you're not a graphic designer yourself.
So it's about elevating their image, making them look more high-end.
Precisely. And by looking more professional, the business often feels more confident, raising their prices a bit, improving their own profit margins. Whisper 2 also includes helping them create detailed estimates for clients so everyone's clear on potential costs up front.
Sounds more involved for the franchise, too.
It can be. As the franchise owner, you might even visit the customer's home sometimes, take photos, ask questions, really understand the project scope. You're kind of acting like a project coordinator in the early stages. And because you're adding more value, this level often comes with a higher commission for you, maybe around 10–15% of the job value.
Okay, so you're getting more hands-on and shaping the deal. Makes sense. What about the final level, Whisper 3? What does Be Professional involve?
Whisper 3 is where you become even more integrated into the sales process. You're focusing on managing the follow-up with potential clients and handling communication to help actually close the sale. You're essentially acting like a dedicated sales manager for them.
Right, taking that off their plate.
Exactly. This also includes actively managing their Google reviews to maintain that strong online reputation. You're really helping them nail the sale and keep the customer journey smooth.
So the big benefit for the tradesperson is they can just focus on the actual work.
That's a huge part of it. By taking care of these sales and admin tasks, you free up the tradesperson to focus on what they do best, the actual building or gardening or plumbing. Whisper 3 often involves a flat commission rate, maybe 15% on larger jobs like over 5K, often with a minimum fee per job to make sure your deeper involvement is properly rewarded.
This whole step-by-step approach, 1, 2, 3, it makes a lot of sense. It feels like building a relationship and adding more value as you go. Now, the money part is always interesting. Can we look at a simple example of how the numbers might actually work out for a franchisee?
Sure. The info gives a pretty clear example. Let's imagine you're working with just 3 clients, maybe 2 landscapers and 1 general builder. Pretty manageable.
Okay, 3 clients.
And let's say each business needs about 20 leads per month, which Whisper provides. Now, even if a business only manages to win 1 out of every 4 of those leads, which honestly isn't a great conversion rate, but let's be conservative, that's still maybe 5 jobs per client per month, so 15 jobs total across your 3 clients.
Okay, 15 jobs a month. How does that translate into income for the franchisee?
Well, if the average job value is, say, £5,000, and your commission across the board averages out at 10%, then each successful job brings you £500. With 15 jobs a month in this example, that could mean 7,500 pounds in commission revenue coming in.
Wow, okay, that's pretty significant income from just 3 clients. What about the costs involved for the franchisee in that scenario?
The example estimates around 3,000 pounds for the cost of acquiring those leads through the Wisper system, plus maybe another 500 pounds for overheads like software, franchise fees, home office stuff. So let's say 3,500 pounds in total costs.
Right.
That leaves a potential net income of around 4,000 pounds per month from just those 3 clients. And remember, a fairly low assumed conversion rate. The point is, even a relatively small number of leads, when managed through the Wisper value add process, can generate a really solid income.
Yeah, that really illustrates the potential. It shows how the system is designed to help you earn. Now, there was something else in the information I really like this comparison, saying the franchise owner is like a fairy godmother. Can you unpack that a bit? It sounds fun.
Yeah, it's a neat analogy.
Yeah.
It's just an easy way to picture your role as a franchisee. Think about a homeowner who wants a project done, maybe a new patio or extension. They're like Cinderella. They often face problems like finding reliable tradespeople, getting clear quotes, avoiding cowboys. Those are kind of like the mean stepsisters, the obstacles.
Got it.
The skilled tradespeople, the good builders or gardeners, they're like the prince. They have the ability to do the work, but they need help finding the right customers, the right fit.
Right. So where does the franchisee come in?
You, the Wisper franchise owner, you're the fairy godmother. You don't swing the hammer or lay the bricks yourself, but you magically connect the homeowner, Cinderella, with the right, vetted tradesperson, the prince. You help the tradesperson look professional, provide them with good leads, and manage the process. You're the facilitator, the enabler,
Yeah.
the one making the magic happen for everyone involved.
That's actually a great way to visualize it, making dreams come true in a way. So for anyone listening who's thinking, this sounds like it could be for me, what should they do next? Where do they go from here?
Right, important bit. The information is very clear that territories are limited. These exclusive areas get snapped up. So if you're interested, the advice is definitely to act sooner rather than later. The first easiest step is to contact Wisper today and ask for their franchise information pack.
An info pack, what kind of stuff will they find in there?
It's got all the crucial details you'd need initially. Things like which territories are actually still available, realistic revenue and profit projections, a legal overview and frequently asked questions, FAQs, and details on the actual application process. Everything to help you make an informed decision.
Okay, sounds comprehensive. And how can people get in touch with Wisper to get this pack?
A couple of ways. You can email them directly at sales@WisperFranchise.com. That's sales@WisperFranchise.com. Or you can give them a call on +44 7768 702988. And they also mentioned you can find an application form right there on the Wisper Franchise website.
Perfect. So email, phone, website, plenty of ways to get more information and, take that first step if it feels right.
Exactly. It's all about taking that initial spark of interest and just finding out more. No obligation at that stage, just gathering the facts.
Right. So to kind of wrap things up here, this deep dive into the Wisper franchise really shows, I think, a genuine opportunity, a chance to build your own successful, rewarding business by doing something pretty cool, helping local tradespeople connect with the right customers and really thrive.
Exactly. It's about becoming that key connector, that fairy godmother in your local community, helping local businesses succeed while also achieving your own goals of being your own boss and building something valuable.
Well said. And maybe on that note, here's a final thought for you to chew on. Could you be the next fairy godmother in your local town or city, helping guide both homeowners and trades businesses towards their dreams? If that idea sparks something, it's definitely worth looking into. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.